32 years later, the new Dragon Gate Inn finally welcomes its sequel, with Lu Yixia taking over from Maggie Chung, continuing the story of Jin Seongyu and Zhu Huayan's life in the Jianghu. During the Wanli era of the Ming Dynasty, the Eastern Depot had the power to denounce, investigate, and even execute high-ranking officials. After the loyal Minister of War, Lord Chiu, was executed, it finally sparked an uproar in the Jianghu. The chief instructor, Zhu Huiyan, is known for his righteousness. He saved Lord Chiu's orphaned daughter, Chiu Moyan, and entrusted a wooden box left by Lord Chiu to the care of Jin Seongyu, the proprietress of the Dragon Gate Inn. The wooden box contains the vital map of the Ming Dynasty's coastal defenses. This map holds significant maritime strategic importance. The imperial court feared it would fall into the hands of the Japanese. Therefore, they sent the Eastern Depot to assassinate Jin Seongyu. Jin Seongyu had no choice but to retreat from the martial world. He secretly built a ghost ship in the East Sea, and raised ghostly ship maidens and flood dragons as escorts, hoping to wait until the fall of the Eastern Depot. He would then hand over the coastal defense map to the imperial court. However, a fleeing ship maiden revealed the secret of the ghost ship, and led the Japanese to the East Sea. But as soon as they boarded the ship, they were discovered by one of Jin Seongyu's ship maidens. Leave no survivors. Chase. Kill. Come here. The evil spirits are ignorant of the vastness of heaven and earth. The celestial official manifests his spirit. His power extends through the 8 desolations. Disperse. The moment the ship maiden was dispersed, countless darts suddenly shot forth. The celestial official's followers couldn't dodge in time, and were quickly brought down. Ha ha ha. Enchantress. How dare you be so rude? I, the celestial official, must carry out justice on behalf of heaven, and eradicate you, this evil demon. Carry out justice on behalf of heaven? If you're stealing, just say you're stealing. Why all the nonsense? Then, Jin Seongyu took out a dragon flute, and summoned the Jialong from the Eastern Sea. It first swallowed alive the 2 remaining subordinates of the celestial official. Then it tightly coiled around the celestial official himself, drove its dragon spines into his body, and then devoured him. Seeing this, Chiu Juzi was so frightened that she immediately ran away, but she left a bag behind on the boat. Jin Seongyu ordered someone to open it and found that it contained Chiu Moyan. That year, she had fled with Zhu Huiyan, and since then, she had no further contact with Jin Seongyu. But now, she had been brought here, held hostage by the people of Dongying. Jin Seongyu couldn't help but suspect her intentions, so he ordered her to be tied up, and had the dragon flute played daily on the ghost ship. Forced Zhu Huiyan to come for a meeting. Jin Seongyu is so high profile, it's hard for Zhu Huiyan not to show up. But his visit this time is to take away the box and Chiu Moyan, and entrust them to a high-ranking minister of the court, because the wooden box left by Lord Chiu is locked with the Juyin soul-sealing lock. Only Chiu Moyan, who has the direct lineage, can open it. But Jin Seongyu does not trust him. She raised her hand to kill Chiu Moyan. No. Is it possible? I, the lady, have the final say. Once Moyan dies, the Great Ming is doomed. Shopkeeper, please don't act impulsively. I, Jin Seongyu, have always been impulsive. Otherwise, I wouldn't have almost died at the hands of the Eastern Depot for you 5 years ago. Nearly dying at the hands of the Eastern Depot. The reason Jin Seongyu is willing to risk her life for Zhu Huiyan is because she likes him. So she set a condition. She wants Chiu Moyan to live. Zhu Huiyan must marry her immediately. But just as Jin Seongyu had arranged the wedding feast, when preparing for the ceremony, 2 men in black arrived on the ship. They were Jin Yue, who had just escaped from the Jing Xiangyu dungeon. Jing Xiangyu immediately greeted them with a smile. Today is the day of my great joy. Since you've come to the Long Mon Inn, we are all people brought together by fate. Let's have a drink together. Then I shall respectfully comply. Can you tell what their background is? The way they walk, sit, and lie down suggests they are martial artists from a family of practitioners. Could they be from the Eastern Depot? Jin Xiangyu built a ghost ship in the East Sea to avoid being hunted by the Eastern Depot. She built a ghost ship in the East Sea, and gathered treasures from all over the world to hide on the ship, preparing to hold a wedding tonight, to marry Zhu Huiyan, the Imperial Army's drillmaster. But the treasures on her ship and the Great Ming Maritime Defense Map have attracted 2 groups of people. One group covets the Maritime Defense Map, the people from Dongying, Japan. Another group is the Imperial Jin Yue, who followed the Dongying people here, but they all underestimated the danger of this ghost ship. Kajuzi had just boarded the ship. When she smelled the scent of gold and jade, I can still smell that woman's scent. If you ask me, just kill everyone on this ship and it's done. The landlady here has some tricks up her sleeve. The 3 of us may not necessarily win. Are you talking about me? The Japanese fell into the hold. Below is a dart formation. Countless darts are shot in succession. If one can't dodge in time, he'll quickly be shot into a sieve. But Kajuzi quickly discovered that these darts were controlled by a string attached to a bell. The more the bell rings, the faster the darts are shot. Not good, there's a trap. But just at that moment, the stone statues began to shake. The string holding the bell also suddenly snapped. The 3 thought it was another hidden weapon, but when they looked up, it was their own boss who had arrived. This person is a recluse. Code name, No Face. Is the foremost spy from the land of the rising sun infiltrating the Ming dynasty. Master, how did you get here? The day to attack the Ming dynasty is drawing closer. I have run out of patience to wait. Meanwhile, The Imperial Guards have also triggered a mechanism, and fell into the trap-laden pavilion in the cellar. Inside, it's decorated festively and elegantly, but terrifying hissing sounds are coming from all around. It seems as if something dreadful is lurking. Commander Shi Yi became aware of the danger, but no matter which way they went, they kept going in circles in the same spot, and the door behind them would suddenly close. Commander, what should we do? Shi Yi gripped the blade tightly, ready to chop down that door, but just at that moment, a flood dragon weaved through the pavilion, and swallowed one of Shi Yi's men whole. Shi Yi was completely helpless. To stay any longer, they too would be devoured. And just then, he noticed the candle in the corner of the wall. All the wicks are flickering in the same direction. This indicates that the vent is not far from here. So Shi Yi followed the direction of the flickering flames. Indeed, he found a way to the lower hold. He successfully made it outside. At this moment, the entire ghost ship was brightly lit and decorated. Jin Seongyu was in the midst of marrying Ju Huiyan. Shi Yi was unclear about their relationship with the people from Dongying, Japan. Therefore, he did not dare to act rashly. But he announced loudly, "The Imperial Court has sent someone. We are merchants passing by on a ship. Seeing the red lanterns and celebratory cannons on your ship, we wanted to come aboard to share in the joy. We apologize if we are being presumptuous." Jin Seongyu was aware that their intentions were not good, but she did not get angry. Instead, she invited them to come down and drink the wedding wine. Although they moved with an air of authority, it was clear they were skilled martial artists. But today, the ship was filled with Jin Seongyu's people. If these two dared to cause trouble, they would surely die. And just at that moment, the huge tower, prepared by Jin Seongyu for the wedding chamber, encountered trouble. After the three villains of Dongying were saved by the hermit Wu Lian, they entered the huge tower and went on a killing spree, turning Jin Seongyu's bridal chamber into a bloody scene. Looking at the corpses all over the ground, Jin Seongyu was completely enraged. Daring to kill my people? I let you escape last time, but today, I will skin you alive. The Dongying thieves boarded Jin Seongyu's ghost ship, trying to force her to hand over the Great Ming's coastal defense map. This map was drawn by the former Minister of War, and is an essential strategic map for Dongying to attack the Great Ming. In order to protect this map, Jin Seongyu immediately came to blows with the Dongying people, but on this ship, besides Jin Seongyu and Ju Huiyan, there were also the Emperor's men. The Japanese pirates have repeatedly offended our Great Ming, and everyone is entitled to punish them. Go. The Jinyue, Imperial Guards, are here. You Japanese pirates, cease your insolence. By early tomorrow, my Jinyue troops will board the ship and capture you. The social standing of the Great Ming's Jinyue. It's a complete victory over the Zhongnan High bodyguards. The three villains of Dongying were immediately intimidated, but Jin Seongyu was not the least bit frightened. But who knew that the next second, countless bodies would fall from the huge building. Judging by their attire, they were the Jinyue who came to support Shi Yi. Just as Shi Yi was extremely surprised, a ghostly man floated down. Are these all the reinforcements you mentioned? Ha ha. There are these as well. Listen. There's continuous cannon fire outside. It's the sound of the Great Ming warships being blown up. 11 sounds. 11 warships. Who on earth are you? You have no right to ask who I am. Now, hand over the map to me. I might consider before you die to let you suffer less. If you want it, come and get it yourself. Then Jin Seongyu blew the dragon flute, summoning the Jialong from the eastern sea. This dragon feeds on humans, and can distinguish friend from foe. Under the guidance of the dragon flute, the Jialong immediately weaved through the people of Dongying, ready to devour them. But the Japanese ninja used evil techniques to suppress the power of the divine dragon. Seeing the flood dragon injured, Jin Seongyu wanted to draw her sword, but ended up being choked by the neck, forcing her to hand over the coastal defense map. Hand over the map. It'll leave you a whole corpse. Ju Huiyan rushed to save Jin Seongyu, but this Japanese ninja was protected by his evil techniques. He simply couldn't beat him. Seeing a hero about to be defeated, Shi Yi finally pulled out the ultimate weapon. First, he gave a shot to Wu Yilang, known as the world's #1 Iron Fist. Not bad. The Shenji Camp double barrel, very powerful. It's time for this hermit to have a taste too. But this hermit dodged faster than lightning. Shi Yi's gunpowder was quickly exhausted. They had to flee from the huge building, but the hermit quickly caught up. Shi Yi didn't have time to load the gunpowder, when his spine was broken by a kick, and he could only rest with the help of a splint. Then he kicked Jin Seongyu away, and stepped on Ju Huiyan. Stop. The box is here. Don't hurt my sister. Ha ha ha. Hey, open the box, and I'll spare your life. Stop. I'll open it. Moyen, you can open it. Nothing is more important than your life. Hurry up. Then Chio Moyen cut his own hand. and dripped blood onto the mechanism. Using the bloodline response, he opened the Juyin soul locking class, and gave the coastal defense map inside to the hermit. Ha 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 ha. With this map, the Ming dynasty is now in the palm of my hand. The hermit who got the coastal defense map quickly jumped ship and left, and blew up Jin Seongyu's ghost ship. Fortunately, there was a secret passage on the ship leading directly under the water. The three of them were lucky to escape. The rules of the Jianghu have always dictated that grudges must be avenged. Jin Seongyu quickly tracked down the hermit, but who knew this person was extremely cruel. He even went so far as to extract souls from his dead subordinates to refine them into zombies. What kind of sorcery is this? Aren't they dead? As the bell rang, 3 dead men immediately drew their swords and attacked. Their swordsmanship was both fast and ruthless, and even if their bodies were pierced, they felt no pain. Do you know what is called by the people of Dongming? Puppeteer. Afterwards, he created a dark realm, dragging the 3 into it. He wanted to use the dead to kill them, but he ended up being grabbed by the arms by Jin Seongyu and Ju Huiyan. Shu Yi of the Jin Yue opened fire. The bullet pierced the hermit's head, and the dark realm disappeared as he fell to the ground. But immediately, Shu Yi sensed something was wrong. The collapse of the Ming dynasty happened in an instant. Who in the world can stop me now? The Japanese lack self-awareness of their own strength. Make sure you see this clearly. Standing before you is the entire martial world. We've arrived at the Dragon Gate Inn. Kill. Kill. No, it's impossible. It turns out that the Dragon Gate Inn is more than just an inn. It also embodies the spirit of chivalry and the essence of the martial world. Fearless of power. Never bully the weak. Protecting home and country. Carrying on the great righteousness of chivalry as well. Alright. That's the end of today's story. Due to copyright issues, interested babies, colloquial for audience members, are advised to watch the newly released movie New Dragon Gate Inn. I am Xiao Ban. See you next time.